Have you ever wondered if there's a hidden language your partner speaks only in the most vulnerable moments? A language that reveals feelings even words can't express? Here's the thing. While most of us focus on what men say, their bodies are telling a completely different story. And today, I'm going to show you 4 intimate signals that unlock the real truth about his feelings. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover might change everything you thought you knew about love and intimacy. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here today because we're diving deep into something incredibly powerful, the unconscious behaviors that separate genuine love from simple attraction. See, words can be rehearsed, promises can be carefully crafted, but the body doesn't lie, especially during those intimate, unguarded moments when all defenses come down and raw emotion takes center stage. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through 4 specific behaviors that neuroscience and psychology have shown us. Behaviors that only appear when a man has moved far beyond physical desire into something much deeper, real, authentic love. And hey, if you're finding value in this content, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us reach more people who are searching for these deeper insights into love and relationships. Let's jump into signal number 1. The first signal is all about the eyes, and I'm not talking about a casual glance. There's a moment during intimacy that most women feel but rarely talk about. It's when time seems to stop, the world fades away, and suddenly you're not just being looked at, you're being seen, truly seen. Here's why this matters. Eye contact is one of the most difficult things to fake. Unlike words or even physical touch, your eyes are a direct window into your emotional state. When a man holds your gaze during intimacy, especially in those most vulnerable moments, something profound is happening. He's not just experiencing desire, he's allowing himself to be completely visible. No walls, no armor, no pretense. For most men, this is incredibly challenging. From a young age, many are taught to compartmentalize, to separate physical intimacy from emotional connection as a form of self-protection. Looking away isn't about disinterest, it's about maintaining control. But when love enters the equation, everything shifts. The need for connection becomes stronger than the instinct to protect himself. His eyes stop wandering, they stop avoiding, they stay. And that staying, that's where the magic is. From a psychological standpoint, sustained eye contact activates bonding pathways in the brain. It triggers the release of oxytocin, the same hormone involved in deep emotional attachment. When he holds your gaze, his nervous system is essentially saying, I trust you, I'm here with you, you matter. In contrast, when someone avoids eye contact, they're keeping an emotional boundary in place. They're enjoying the physical closeness without fully stepping into the emotional intimacy. So pay attention to this. If he's consistently looking deep into your eyes during those vulnerable moments, his body is revealing something his words might never fully capture. Now let's talk about signal number 2, and this one is a game changer. When attraction turns into love, there's a fundamental shift in focus. Instead of rushing toward his own release, his attention genuinely turns toward you, not as a performance, not to impress you, but as a real instinct. Here's the psychology behind it. Pure physical desire is self-focused by nature. It's driven by tension and release. It follows a predictable script centered around personal satisfaction. But when love is present, that script gets rewritten. His nervous system literally starts asking a different question. Instead of, what do I get? It shifts to, how does this feel for her? He becomes attuned to your breathing, your body language, the smallest shifts in your comfort and pleasure. And here's the key. He doesn't need to be reminded. He doesn't do it for praise. It simply becomes how he naturally responds when emotional connection matters more than ego. This behavior can't be faked long-term. Someone only trying to impress you will drop the act once they feel secure. But when a man genuinely prioritizes your experience, it shows up consistently, quietly, without fanfare. If this is resonating with you so far, take a second to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos. We're building a community of people who want to understand love at a deeper level. On a deeper level, this shift reflects emotional maturity. To prioritize someone else's pleasure, a man has to let go of performance anxiety, ego, and the fear of inadequacy. Men who struggle with this often struggle with control in other areas of life too. So ask yourself, have you felt this shift? Or are you still waiting to feel truly prioritized? When he places your pleasure first, his body is communicating something profound. You matter to me. Here's where things get really revealing. Signal number 3. What happens after intimacy ends? Think about it. Once the physical intensity fades and the moment is over, does he pull away? Does he reach for his phone, create distance, or does he stay? That quiet space, when nothing needs to be proven anymore, is where emotional truth surfaces. After intimacy, psychological defenses are at their weakest. The ego softens. The nervous system shifts from stimulation to calm. For many men, this transition is uncomfortable. Pulling away is often a reflexive way to rebuild structure and regain control. But when a man is deeply in love, his response is entirely different. He doesn't rush to separate, he stays close. He might hold you without speaking, trace gentle touches on your skin, share a random thought, or simply breathe beside you in comfortable silence. These aren't calculated moves. They're signs of emotional safety. His nervous system isn't trying to escape the closeness, it's settling into it. From a psychological perspective, this is where attachment reveals itself most clearly. Staying after intimacy signals that you're associated not just with pleasure, but with comfort, calm, and safety. You're part of his internal sense of peace. In contrast, when the connection is only physical, the after moment often feels empty or abrupt. The closeness served its purpose, and now it's no longer needed. Many women sense this shift immediately, even if they can't explain why. Emotional openness after intimacy doesn't always look like deep conversation. Sometimes it's just quiet presence. The key is availability. He's not guarding himself. He's allowing you to see him in a softened, vulnerable state. For many women, this is the moment they realize whether they're just desired or genuinely cherished. Being held after everything slows down creates a sense of belonging that words can never replace. And now we arrive at signal number 4, one of the most subtle yet powerful signs: synchronized movements and unconscious mirroring. Have you ever experienced a moment where everything just flows, where no one's leading, but somehow you're moving together perfectly? Breathing slows at the same pace. Bodies adjust as if guided by one shared rhythm. These moments are easy to overlook, but they reveal one of the deepest forms of emotional connection. When two people are deeply in love, the body cooperates before the mind even realizes it. Breathing synchronizes, movements naturally align, adjustments happen simultaneously, not because someone's copying, but because both nervous systems are responding to the same emotional frequency. This isn't a technique you can learn, it's unconscious mirroring. From a neuroscience perspective, this kind of synchronization occurs when the brain no longer perceives the other person as separate or threatening. The need to control or anticipate disappears. Instead, the body enters a state of attunement. It listens rather than directs. In more casual or emotionally distant encounters, movements tend to feel mechanical or clearly divided. Each person remains hyper-aware of themselves as a separate unit. There's effort, there's self-monitoring. Even pleasure can feel slightly disconnected. Love changes this. As emotional trust deepens, the body releases control. Coordination becomes effortless. The experience feels less like two separate people and more like one continuous flow. This is why synchronized intimacy often feels calming rather than just intense. It signals safety at a nervous system level. And here's the thing, this can't be faked. Harmony can't be forced. It only emerges when both people feel emotionally present and secure. The body recognizes belonging before the mind forms conclusions. Before we wrap up, make sure you're subscribed because we post new psychology and relationship insights every week that you won't want to miss. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It genuinely helps us continue creating this kind of deep, meaningful content about love and relationships. And I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 4 signals felt most familiar to your own experience? Have you noticed these behaviors? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.